Hey everyone, it's Jenna. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have a really fun home decor haul for you all. And these are all products that I've curated over the past couple of months to help give my space that high-end designer feel. So not only am I going to show you the product, but I'm also going to show you how I have it styled within my home to hopefully give you some fun decorating and styling inspiration. And everything that can be linked will be linked below in the description box. If not the exact product, I will try to link something similar. So check that if you have a question on anything. And yeah, I am so excited to show you all everything that I found. So without further ado, let's get into the haul. All right, so this first item I actually posted about over on my Instagram, and I am obsessed with it. It is this gorgeous marble bowl with this heavy veining detail, and marble with lots of veining is one of the biggest trends right now. I am seeing it everywhere, from bathrooms to kitchens to furniture, and I like that I can kind of incorporate this trend into my decor without spending a ton of money. And on top of it, marble is just a very classic material in general. So it's one of those versatile pieces that I can kind of just move around my space and use in different ways. And I really wanted to style this somewhere where it didn't compete with a lot of other materials or items, so the bowl kind of got to make a statement for itself. And where I decided to do that was right behind our sofa. We don't have a lot of room behind our sofa. Typically, I think it'd be really pretty to put a sofa table for some visual interest, but we need most of that space behind our sofa for traffic flow, so I figured a skinny bench would be a perfect alternative because it's still something to like break up the space aesthetically, but it doesn't take up a lot of space. So I have that there, and then I'm gonna pop some books on top and then add this marble bowl so it can kind of make a statement right there behind the sofa. Nothing too crazy or over the top, just really simple and organic, and it'll just be a really pretty vignette of lots of earthy and organic materials to help give my space that casual feel. So I did find this bowl at HomeGoods, but I believe the exact same bowl is being sold on TJ Maxx since TJX is the parent company, and sometimes that happens. You'll find certain products at different stores. So hopefully it will still be in stock by the time this video goes live. If not, I will try to link similar marble bowls, just because a marble bowl is such an iconic styling piece that's very versatile. You can use it anywhere, like on a mantle, a shelf, coffee table. You could even use it on a countertop to like pop some produce in. I just love the look of these. Definitely a great value on this piece, especially when you consider that this looks exactly like the McGee & Co. one that's priced at $188. That one is currently sold out, so this is a really great alternative. All right, so this next piece is 100% my favorite piece in the entire haul, and that is because it has a ton of character. It is a vintage piece, and I actually found out about these when I went to visit my grandma for Christmas this year. She has this really pretty stackable mug set, and it was actually a gift from my uncle, and he lives out in the desert, and he is just very in tune with like that Southwest vibe, which I personally love. So I immediately fell in love with these. They're actually vintage. He gave them to her, you know, a while back. All of the grandkids were kind of obsessed and like sort of fighting over them. Not really, but we were kind of just joking. But then my sister started looking them up online, and they actually sell some vintage pieces on eBay. And I will say a lot of them were a little bit more expensive than I wanted to pay, but I just kind of kept looking and I found this set. How stinking gorgeous is the coloring and the glaze on here. I love that it's like kind of an earthy color, but it still has just a little touch of blue in there. I think that these are so pretty, and the best part is that I found these on a Goodwill's eBay site. So someone donated these and then they just set up a bid on them, and I got them for $37 including shipping, which I thought was a steal considering these go for like $100+ including shipping. So my only gripe with this is how like yellow this is, or like, you know, it's kind of more of an orangey tone. So I think I might fix that someday. I might just sand it down and restain it, which would be easy to do. But this is the mug. I love the shape of them and how unique it is. And I use these to hold my coffee every single morning, and they are so easy to hold. Like, I don't know what it is about this large handle, but it's just so comfortable. And what I think is really cool is these are signed. So some of them, the signature has worn off, but on a couple of them, you can still see his signature. And as you can see, the main color scheme in kind of like our dining and kitchen area is lots of neutrals with these creams and taupes and browns and whites, and then little touches of blue here and there, or like a very muted turquoise. So the fact that these mugs have basically the same color scheme in them was just so perfect. And I'm just gonna pop them out on our countertop and I'm gonna use them every single morning. So not only are they a gorgeous vintage decor piece, but I get to use them every single day. All right, so this next piece is a statement vase, and I will apologize in advance because this haul is very vase heavy. I don't know what it is, but I have a problem buying vases. They're just one of the things that I gravitate towards, and there were a lot of sales over the holidays, so I may have picked up more than I needed, but they're all beautiful. And I will say, if I had to narrow my vases down to the top 5 favorites, this would be one of them. So yeah, it is this absolutely gorgeous Umbria vase from Arhaus. Now, I know Arhaus is a designer site and typically tends to be very, very pricey, but I will say I was impressed with how reasonably priced this was. For me personally, I look for that chippy, distressed detail that looks to be very authentic, and truly I think that you could look at this and not know if it was an authentic vintage piece. Statement vases of this size with a handle detail and some really gorgeous distressing can go for hundreds of dollars. And this guy was in the $60 price range, which I actually felt like was really reasonable. I did get it for like $59, I think, on a Black Friday sale, which that like was what sold me. I thought that it was such a good deal. It did take a little while to come because it was back ordered, but I am in love with this piece. I think it adds just such a pretty rich texture, and all of that aging has such character. I'm going to use this in a little side table in our living room, and I think it's going to look absolutely gorgeous paired with all the other modern elements and traditional elements that we have in our space. And that's what I try to do in my home, is just mix pieces of different eras and different styles, and then it kind of comes together to just be this really beautifully pieced together story. And something that I like about this that's actually kind of hard to find these days is like a brown, earthy, distressed vase. I feel like a lot of vases that are on the market right now are either like black or white, and there's not much in terms of like the earthy browns. So I'm obsessed with this coloring. I feel like it helps give my space that really just earthy, natural palette. And a lot of people think that you can't mix brown with black, and I am here to tell you that you totally can when it comes to home decor. I think people have like that fashion rule in their head from back in the day where you can't mix black and brown, but this actually does have some darker gray tones, so it kind of does tie in the black detail a little bit because we have this right next to a black tripod lamp, and I think that it looks stunning. So I'm here to tell you, don't be intimidated if you have black accents and then you're like, but adding brown is weird. It's totally not. This is one of my new favorite pieces, and I think it looks absolutely stunning. All right, so over Christmas, we actually received a very generous gift card from some sweet family friends to Pottery Barn. And my plan with the gift card, originally, it was just to save it for when I want to buy a larger furniture piece down the road. But then I saw these and I was like, oh, we're getting those. And they are these really pretty hand-blown glasses, and these are made out of recycled glass. They were made in Mexico, and I don't know if you all can tell, but they have these really pretty bubbles all trapped inside the glass, and I think that is just stunning and so unique. And they are handmade, so every one is a little bit different. They did come in a large and a small size, and I just went with the large size because they were the same price, so I'm like, you technically get more for your money, so I just went with the large ones. But they were like in the $75 price range for a pack of 6, which that is definitely pricey for me. Like, I feel like if I hadn't had a gift card, I don't know if I would have bought them, but I think that these are just such a pretty conversation piece. And when we have people over, these could be great water glasses or large cocktail glasses. We do a lot of margaritas in this household, so we bought them thinking we would use them for our large margarita nights, which I think will be really fun. So yeah, I love these. I think they're super unique, and we have a ton of hand-blown Mexican glassware, but I had never seen anything like these. So I just thought that I had to have them, you know? All right, so we have another vase, and this one is really heavy, so I don't think I'm going to be able to hold it the whole time I'm talking, but this is the Minka textured pot from Anthropologie. This guy is priced at $88. This is the medium size, but I will say I got it on a really great Black Friday sale. It was like in the $60 price range. I don't remember exactly, but I've had my eye on this for a really long time just because I think the texture on this is so unique. And you know, there are tons of other pots out there on the market that have this kind of raised dot detail, but I think this one is very very unique in the fact that each one of these little raised dots looks to be handmade and it is very organic in shape, and I just love that. The whole vase is kind of just like wonky and curvy and imperfect, which I absolutely love. It just adds a certain level of charm to my space. So I'm going to put this in our entryway because when I style pieces, I love to put things that contrast in color together. So if I have a darker wood surface, I like to then put maybe like a lighter vase on top and vice versa. Like if I have a lighter counter or a lighter wood surface, then I will try to do maybe a darker toned vase. Obviously, you can still do similar colors, but I feel like a lot of times when I stick to contrasting colors, it looks the most satisfying. So I'm just gonna pop some grassy stems that I found at Hobby Lobby in here, and I love the look that this is going to give my entryway. And yeah, I'm really glad I snagged this one. All right, so the next thing that I found was this set of ceramic salt and pepper shakers. And I actually have a set of salt and pepper shakers that I love. They're like a seagrass material. They're from McGee & Co. and I have those out on our dining table, and those are pretty much a staple. I'm never moving those from there, but what I actually got these for was I always have salt and pepper out on our countertop in our kitchen, but I just have, you know, the ugly plastic one out on my countertop all the time. So I've been on the search for some aesthetic ones for a really long time that are a decent size, and what I love about these is that they're large. So I'm just gonna fill this one with salt and put this out on our countertop. I think I'm gonna keep my pepper grinder for now, so I don't think I'll be using the pepper one, but I really love this like speckled detail that they have. It's kind of that two-tone look, and if you see these little ridges, that is kind of made to look like a hand-thrown ceramic piece. So these obviously were store-bought, but I like how they have that handmade look because when you throw pottery, typically you get those little ridges in there. So yeah, a set of 2 was $15 at World Market, and they have a lot of really cute like speckled kitchen items right now. They have some really pretty canisters, they have a utensil crock, I think they have like a spoon rest. So I will link those below as well because I was really loving those in the store and had a hard time not buying like everything. All right, so our next piece is going to be another vase, and it's this really pretty curved wood vase. I got this at McGee & Co. It is normally priced at $110, but I did get it on a Black Friday sale. It was 40% off, so it was like a little bit over $60. I love the warmth of this vase and the curved lines of it. I think that this adds a really pretty pop of contrast if you have a lighter space. So where I'm going to use this is in our guest bath because we do have light countertops, light cabinets, light walls. I think this is going to be the perfect amount of contrast, and I'm just going to pop one single stem that I got from Target and just kind of have that organic minimal style going on in our bathroom, and I think that'll look really fresh for, you know, my season neutral styling for the new year. All right, so this next piece is this Feels Like Home coffee table book by Lauren Lease, and I am not going to lie to you all, when I first picked this up and decided I was going to purchase it, it was 100% for aesthetic purposes. I just love this image on the front, so I guess you could say I judged a book by its cover. By how pretty it was, obviously. I just love this image, and this is really kind of the vibe I strive for in my home, is that like casual, laid back feel, and I love that this image on the front captured that. So I thought it'd look gorgeous just popped on a console table or a coffee table or wherever. I can 100% say that this is my favorite home design book that I own, and normally when I buy a design coffee table book, I kind of flip through it, I look at the pictures, I skim over the writing, but something about this one is just really captivating. This is actually her third book. She also wrote Down to Earth and Habitat, but I will say this one is her best one in my opinion, just because it's very personal and she brings you along with her on her journey. She did super budget-friendly renovations to her home to kind of get herself and her business up and running, which I just thought was very motivational to read. And she has pictures of all the homes that she's lived in and renovated, and then kind of makes these detailed captions as to why she chose specific design choices or design tips and styling ideas. So I just think that it's a really fun book full of inspiration, and also something that you can do to help your space feel a little bit more lived in and cozy is just add a leather bookmark for some added visual interest when styling with coffee table books. I'm actually using this as a bookmark right now because I am reading it cover to cover. I started it last night and I'm a little bit over halfway. I'm like zooming through it because it's so good, but if you're not actually reading the book and you want to add some visual interest, then you can pop these little leather bookmarks in there. I got them for super cheap on Amazon, but I feel like they kind of have like a high-end look to them, so that's a little tip too. This next piece that I found was from Wayfair, and it's this gorgeous white rustic crock. And this was like right around $20, I believe. And I think this would look really stunning as a utensil crock. It is a little bit on the smaller side, but I personally like to use crocks as planters. I think that they're just kind of a cheap alternative to get that rustic look in your decor without having to spend a ton of money on vases, even though it's very clear I did that in this decor haul. But what I think I'm going to do with this piece specifically is use it in my shelf styling. I'm going to use it on the shelves in our bedroom and just pop a simple olive stem in there to kind of give that really simple, minimal, organic look. So I figured this would just be a great piece to kind of have around the house. I love that it was neutral. I love the simple line detail and the uneven texture that gives off that really rustic vibe. Yeah, I figured this was a really good deal for 20 bucks. Okay, so for this next item, I did show them in my restyling for 2023 video, but I just kind of wanted to mention them on here because I think they're a really great deal. So they are these really pretty faux greenery stems. This is what one looks like, and I just love the wispy movement that it has, how it kind of seems to like be bouncy and lifelike. And I'm constantly on the search for stems that aren't olive stems but still give off that kind of rusticy look, and I love these. I think they look very realistic. I bought these on Etsy, but they are available on Wayfair as well in a set of 3. And recently I used 4 of these in our Arhas vase in our living room on our side table. And I just love the simple, fresh look that they give off. So they're actually very long. I had to shorten them a bunch. So I kind of like accordion fold them like this when I stick them into the vase. But you could totally get away with just a couple of these with how long they are and the really pretty movement that they have. They just kind of have that simple, organic, wispy look. So, you know, if you just use 2 of them, this is what it would look like. And if you had a smaller size vase, I think that would be really pretty, depending on, you know, what kind of a statement you're trying to make. But finding the right faux greenery can be very difficult sometimes. And this is a piece that I found recently that I'm very happy with and, you know, is a reasonable price. All right, everyone, that about wraps up this video. I hope that you enjoyed seeing this home decor haul. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. It really does help to support my channel, and make sure you're subscribed because I am very active in my community page, letting you all know about sales and restocked items. So if any of these items do go back on sale, I will try to alert you over there. So be sure that you're subscribed for that. And yeah, I just want to thank you all so much for watching this video. You all are the best. I hope you have a fabulous week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!